Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about a few celebrity piano players that you might not have known playing piano. I actually got the idea for this video because I saw a video of Mr. Rogers playing piano, who's going to be the first person I show you, and I thought to myself, I wonder who else plays piano who's famous. And there was two other guys I knew of off the top of my head, but all the rest of these people were totally shockers to me. And I will be showing you 10 people in no particular order. I'm just going to show them in the order that I found them. But at the end of the video, there will be one winner awarded. If your winner is different than my winner, watch through the video, watch all 10 people, let me know in the comments who's your favorite or who was the biggest surprise to you that they play piano. And real quick, if you're new here, my name's Jordan Evans. I'm a full-time piano teacher and musician. I love making YouTube videos about general music theory lessons or piano lessons. In general, whatever I'm kind of learning in my own life and what I'm working on. I love sharing that with you guys. So if you're into that kind of stuff, subscribe, like the video, comment, and tell me what you think. All right, and let's get right into the first one, who was Mr. Rogers. Let's go ahead and check it out.
People don't like loud play for very long at a time. See, I played pretty loudly for a while, but then I just felt like having it quiet. I remember when I was a boy and there were times when a lot of people would be laughing and playing very loudly. I'd often want to call out, "Stop it! It's too loud!" But I was afraid to do that then. I can do it now, though. I guess that's one thing about growing up. You can know when you've had enough of something, and you can do something about it. And when you say stop to one thing, you can start doing something else. Something else that feels better to you.
Wow, what a powerful video. I just let the whole thing play through because Mr. Rogers says more than I could ever say. Gosh, he was an incredible man, so soft-spoken, but everything he said brought so much value, a true inspiration. And as far as his playing goes, a fantastic player. He just taught you all about dynamics, playing loud, playing softly, and he put a moral behind it. And just a quick Easter egg, if you guys ever watched the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood show, his piano player's name was Johnny Costa, who's one of the greatest piano players in all time, in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal. Go right now and listen to the Mr. Rogers music. It is so advanced and so overplayed, but Mr. Rogers actually explained that he wanted it to be that way because he was introducing children to heavy topics and heavy ideas, and he didn't want to have a theme song that was made for children. He wanted to have a very advanced theme song so that it started to open up their mind for these ideas that he was going to be sharing with them. Number 2 on the list is Jeff Goldblum. I actually knew that he played piano because this is actually a very famous solo that I'm about to show you guys. So 2 things that stick out to me right away. Fantastic performer. And because he's an actor, magnificent actor, he knows what to do to please the crowd. He also plays really, really well with the other musicians he's playing with. One thing about being a piano player or just in a band, don't feel like you need to play all the time. What he's doing is comping in where he feels that he fits. So you might see that he's kind of anticipating, waiting, boom, hits the offbeat. He's really good at accenting and playing those kind of dissonant chords. So yeah, he knew exactly where he needed to be, and he's got a great touch and he's got a great presence on stage, which makes him really fun to watch. The third one we're going to be talking about today is Jamie Foxx. Let's take a look. Yeah, I actually did not know that he played piano in real life. But if you guys just saw that new Pixar movie, Soul, the whole movie's about a piano player. And it was actually very powerful for me. It's about what do you find your identity in? What's your purpose on this world? Is it in our talents? Is it in our abilities? An awesome movie. And just knowing that Jamie Foxx himself is a great piano player really brings a lot more to that role, I think. Yeah, overall, he's got a great touch, great feel. You can tell that he plays with passion and he really enjoys what he's doing. All right, number 4, and no surprise at all, is Hugh Jackman. And Hugh Jackman, I wouldn't call a professional piano player by any means, but he's well enough to accompany himself. And we already know from Hugh Jackman, from The Greatest Showman and Les Mis and Oklahoma, that he's a phenomenal musician and performer. But let's see how he sounds on the piano.
That's wrong. Let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand.
And you can just tell Hugh Jackman's the nicest guy ever. This video in particular, he's not doing anything showy, but he plays piano enough to accompany himself while he sings, which is a great skill to have. Number 5 was a total shock to me. I had no idea. And it's Clint Eastwood. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is awesome. So Jeff Goldblum was very jazzy. This is more bluesy. You can tell that he's really practiced his licks. He's got some great blues licks. And one thing I love about this video is the use of the repeated melody. A lot of times when we're playing our instrument, we feel like we need to be doing arpeggios and runs and go all over the place. And Jeff Goldblum did a really good job of this too, keeping it simple. But there's one point in this where Clint Eastwood's just playing one note. You can do that and add intrigue. Depending on how you put the accents on it, what you're emphasizing, it really is very powerful, especially in blues and jazz music. And number 6 is Hugh Laurie. You might know him most from House, but let's check him out. All right, so this is the first one that we've seen where he's doing some really serious stuff. So St. James Infirmary is actually one of my favorite songs. Awesome jazz piece. But he's doing what you can see those kind of glissandos in his right hand where he's playing really, really quickly. That is an extremely hard technique to do. And he's probably the best piano player that we've seen on this list so far. To be determined if he's the winner or not, but as of right now, he's in first place. All right, number 7 is so off the wall and random. I had no idea about this, and I actually found this video very obscurely on YouTube, and I couldn't find it hardly anywhere else. And it is Richard Nixon. What's really interesting about this is that this is actually his own composition, and it's got some cool ideas how there's the melody in the right hand and then the left hand accompanies. Pretty simple, but he's doing a great job with it. And this is Richard Nixon's Concerto number 1. And the thing that's cool about a concerto is it means you play with other musicians. You can hear there's other music in the background. So he's accompanied by a string ensemble. So the piano's the main instrument of the concerto, and you kind of write in parts for your strengths where you can show off, but then the orchestra will accompany you with the main themes and the harmonies and whatnot. But overall, what a shock. I had no idea he played piano, and pretty good composition. And coming in at number 8 is the former Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice. Let's go see how she does. So first of all, That was magnificent. The whole video is like 10 minutes long. I really encourage you to go and watch it because it is truly beautiful. Yo-Yo Ma, if you guys aren't familiar, is the best cello player of all time. And the cello is one of those instruments, it's actually very similar to the human voice in its register. And the way he plays it, it literally sounds like a person singing. In the way that it's lyrical and the phrasing that he uses, his transitions are so smooth and the tone of the notes that he's producing are just magnificent. It's absolutely stunning hearing him play, but Condoleezza is doing a great job accompanying him. A couple of things that's really impressive about her is she's accompanying, and it appears like she's sight reading this stuff, and this is very, very difficult music that she's reading. She seems extremely confident in the situation that she's in. This is obviously at a very big event. You can tell that she is a trained classical, I would say, concert pianist. And yeah, just by the way she carries herself on the stage, you can tell that she's been doing this for a long time and has a lot of experience playing. Coming in at number 9, this is one of my favorites, and his name's Chrisitan Mccaffrey. I'm a really big Carolina Panthers fan. I actually have Chrisitan McCaffrey's jersey, and without further ado, let's check him out. Let's see how he sounds.
Things I do in the off season, or just when I get off time in general, is love to play music.
Do you guys notice that he has the oldest music stand of all time? It looks like one of those old harps. You see those at on really, really old pianos. So one thing that's difficult about Chrisitan finding music of him is because he is such a well-known athlete. A lot of his stuff is gimmicky. It's in an interview format, so he plays piano for a minute and then he talks for a minute. He plays piano and then he talks and back and forth. But a couple cool things. This is actually his own studio. And for how good he is at athletics, the fact that he has time to commit to music and to learn piano at this level is awesome. There's a couple of videos of him playing classical music online, and he's actually a really good player. And the last one is Lionel Messi. And if you guys follow international football, he's from Argentina, but he currently plays for Barcelona. He's playing the Champions League theme. And from the looks of it, it looks like he just kind of found a piano and was improvising, and a crowd came and filmed him. So that was the only video I could find of him playing piano. But just from seeing that, he's got a really good ability to just play stuff by ear on the spot and have a lot of fun with the audience. He was interacting with them a little bit. And the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to announce the winner. And the winner is Condoleezza Rice. Out of all these piano players, she is truly magnificent. And I would go on to say that she could actually have a career as a concert piano player. She is so good. She was the only player on this list who was really playing like strictly classical music. Everyone else was leaning more into like pop, contemporary, jazz, blues. Whereas the piece that she played out of everything I could find was the most challenging. And I would say the runner-up is Hugh Laurie. He did a great job too. But all in all, everybody did awesome. So let me know down low, who was your favorite? Who was the biggest surprise to you? I'd say for me, President Nixon was the biggest surprise. I had no idea that he played or even wrote his own concerto. How unique. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you had as much fun listening to all these different piano players as I had, researching and finding all these different people. Let me know who your favorite was. Let me know who your biggest surprise was, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.